Good afternoon, it's 2 o'clock and with your Solent Sports News update, I'm Rob Lomas. In international football, UEFA has charged Montenegro with racist behaviour. The side from the Balkans lost their Euro 2020 qualifier against England 5-1. The match was overshadowed by monkey chants directed at several England players, including Tottenham Hotspurs' Danny Rose. UEFA has confirmed disciplinary proceedings have been opened against Montenegro after Raheem Sterling called for more serious action to be taken after the game.
It's now time for the people that are in charge to put a real stamp on it. You know, you can find someone, but what's that going to do? You've got to make it a bit more harder. You've got to punish either the whole fans that can't come to games. You've got to do something that's going to really make them think twice.
The consensus from people on the south coast was one shared with Sterling, many demanding harsher punishments to combat racism in football be implemented immediately.
Probably play the matches behind closed doors, I would say. I wouldn't quite go as far as banning the country from competing.
Ban them all, shut the stadium down, protest. It's disgusting.
A ban would be even worse than a fine because, you know, fans, they always want to be there with their team. When you take that from them, that's going to teach them a good lesson, I think.
Sterling scored another goal off the back of a hat-trick against the Czech Republic. The 24-year-old celebrated by cupping his ear to the crowd in retaliation. However, manager Gareth Southgate was instead focused on another 5-star England display.
Top performances. I've really enjoyed their football. Their mentality to the games has been excellent, and they know that there's something special building amongst them, and nights like this will give them a lot of belief.
In local football, a Southampton non-league side could become Sydenham's Wessex League champions tomorrow night. Sholing are facing local rivals Hamble, where a draw will be enough to secure the title. Their 28-game unbeaten run came to an end on Saturday, but manager Dave Diper is still proud of his side's achievements.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Obviously, you know, they can do everything they can to prevent that from happening. But no, it's, you know, we've got games obviously which we can, you know, win the league. It's not that. I think we're pretty convinced we're going to win the league unless we, you know, do something drastically wrong. Looking back over the last sort of 18 years, I think this one really typifies where we are as a club. I think we've done extremely well. I said to the players, you know, before the game that they have done really well this year.
One of the biggest names in mixed martial arts is calling time on his career. Conor McGregor revealed on Twitter that he was giving up the sport. The news comes 2 weeks after the Irishman was arrested in Florida for stealing and smashing a man's phone as he tried to take a picture with him. Britain's top player will look to secure his place in the quarter-final of the Miami Open this afternoon. Carl Edmond takes on the USA's John Isner in the last 16. Roger Federer continued his progress in Florida with a straight-set win over world number 103 Filip Krajinovic. England's women's cricketers have won a 2020 series. They now have an unassailable 2-0 lead as they crushed Sri Lanka with a game to spare after their 8-wicket victory in Colombo. The third and final match of the series takes place in the Sri Lankan capital on Thursday. The future of Formula 1 is being thrashed out in Paris this afternoon. The sports owners, Liberty Media and the governing body, the FIA, are presenting teams with their vision for the future. They're expected to include new technical and sporting regulations, cost controls, and a more evenly spread prize money structure. And a legendary motorsport legacy is set to continue. Ferrari has announced that Mick Schumacher will drive their 2019 car in Bahrain next week. The 20-year-old is the son of the 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher. He'll drive the car 13 years after his father last drove for the Scuderia. A familiar name is back on top in snooker. Ronnie O'Sullivan has become world number 1 for the first time since 2010. Victory at the Tour Championship has also seen him draw level with Stephen Hendry for the most ranking titles at 36 apiece. The 7-time Masters champion beat Neil Robertson 13 frames to 11 and says he's happy to be on top so late in his career.
I mean, I've never been driven by number 1 because if I was, then I'd probably enter a few more tournaments. So to get to number 1, only having played half the tournaments the other guys has, it's probably one of the best achievements, I suppose, in sport across the...
To recap our top story, UEFA have charged Montenegro with racial abuse. A punishment will be decided in due course. That's all from us for now. I'll be back in an hour. Remember,